Hello everybody. In this video we will learn about quadratic functions and models, that is section 3.1 of your book. Before I define what is a quadratic function, I'll define a polynomial function of degree n. So a polynomial function of degree n is a function of the form it is represented as p of x. So an x power n plus an minus 1 x power n minus 1 plus and so on plus a1x plus a0. So we already have studied polynomial functions of degree 0 and 1. And what is the polynomial function of degree 0? So that would be p of x. Many had written in your homework 1 to be a constant to be of a degree 1 or degree 1. So you are absolutely wrong. A constant is always of degree 0 because x will have the power 0. So p of x is a0 and p of x is equal to a1x plus a0. So this is of degree 1 and this is of degree 0. And we also know that the graphs of these are nothing but lines. So this is nothing but a constant function and this is a linear function. So constant function has a line that is parallel to x-axis or the x-axis itself if a0 is 0, and a linear function is nothing but a straight line. So now I will define quadratic functions. Quadratic functions. So definition: a quadratic function is a polynomial of degree 2. So a quadratic function is a function of the form. I will represent quadratic function as QF, that is my abbreviation. So a QF is a function of the form f of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0. So we see how we model the quadratic functions in real world phenomena, and we also analyze the graphs of quadratic functions. So this is nothing but the standard form of the quadratic function. So the standard form of the quadratic function can also be expressed in a different form. That we call that form as a standard form, where we will be able to analyze certain parts of the graph, that is the vertex and other forms. So this is the standard form of a quadratic function. So a quadratic function, it is by definition it is of the form ax square plus bx plus c, and a is not equal to 0, right? So by completing this, you can express this particular equation in the form of the standard form f of x is equal to a times x minus h the whole square plus k. So when you can complete the square, you can establish a square of these two terms and complete the square by adding or subtracting suitable constants. So you will be getting this particular x minus h the whole square. So why is it necessary to establish, or why is this called as a standard form? Because this particular equation gives something in the graph. So that is, if the graph of f is a parabola, so you will always have a vertex, that is the maximum point or the minimum point that can be treated as a vertex, right? So if you have graphs like this, okay, where you have a parabola. So okay, so where you have a parabola like this and this, both are parabolas. So you have a minimum point and maximum point at this particular point in the curve. So this is nothing but the called as vertex. So this vertex is nothing but h comma k. So if you express the given equation in this form, you can identify where do you exactly have the vertex h comma k, and the parabola opens upward, that is this one, when a is greater than 0, and it opens downward when a is less than 0. So you will analyze everything, like how the graph looks like and how where does the graph exactly attain the maximum or minimum point based on the values of a as well as the point hk, which is nothing but the vertex. So expressing an equation without plotting the graph, you can just analyze things, graphical things, just by expressing the given quadratic equation in the standard form given here. So we will do a problem now. This is problem number 16 in the book. So problem number 16, which says that f of x is equal to x square minus 2x plus 2. So now I have to okay, yeah, so now I have to express the given equation in the terms of the standard form. So how can we do that? There is no a in the term, correct? So these two, I have to use these two and express it as a square. Okay, I can do that by f of x is equal to x square minus 2x plus 1, correct, and add and subtract 1, minus 1 plus 2. So this will be this is of the form x minus 1 the whole square, correct, x minus 1 the whole square, and next term will be plus 1, because minus 1 plus 2 is nothing but plus 1. So now this is exactly of the form where a is 1, because you have 1 here, and h is 1, and k is also 1. So therefore, what are all the things that you need to answer in the question? A quadratic function, express it in the standard form. So we already did that. So this is the standard form of the equation, quadratic equation. Then what else we have to do? Sketch a graph of f. So to sketch a graph of f, you can do that using the table of values. So I can do it using graph calculator if you want, but you have to do it using table of values. So okay, so this will be y is equal to x square minus 2x plus 2. So this is a parabola, you can see that, and we were right in okay, I have to have minus 2x, right? Sorry, yeah, minus 2x. So this is the graph. It is a parabola, and we have the vertex. Let us see if our vertex matches with the one that is there that we obtained using the equation. So here it says that the extremum is 1 comma 1. So let us see, did we get the same here? Yes, vertex is h comma k, right? So we have got 1 comma 1, so it matches with the graph. Okay, and x and y intercepts. So how do you find x and y intercept? When does the y intercept is nothing but the graph when it touches the y axis, and x intercept is the graph when it touches the x axis, right? So when does the graph touch y axis? When x is 0. So when x is 0, correct? So therefore f of 0 is the y intercept. So find out the value of f of 0. So f of 0 would be 0 minus 0 plus 1, plus 2. So f of 0 is 2. So this is our y intercept, that is 0 comma 2 y intercept. So what is x intercept? Equate the given equation to 0 and solve it for x. X square minus 2x plus 2 is equal to 0. So solve it for x. How do you do that? You have to use the quadratic formula that we learnt in section 1.6. So that would be a is equal to 1, b is equal to negative 2, and c is equal to 2. So x is equal to plus or minus minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So this is nothing but x is equal to minus of minus 2 is 2. 2 plus or minus square root of 4 minus 4ac is 8 divided by 2. So this is you get complex roots, as you can see. So 2 plus or minus square root of negative 4 divided by 2. So that is nothing but 2 plus or minus 2i divided by 2. So this is nothing but 1 plus or minus I. So this is the x intercept of f. So yeah, this is the x intercept of f. So this is how, and also find the domain. It also asks you to find the domain and range of f. So what is the domain and range of f? We know that the input values are nothing but complex numbers. So as you already have learned complex numbers, so you can include domain to be C. Okay, and range is all the output values, so the functional values, so it is also C. So when the inputs are complex numbers, you will definitely get the range also to be equal to C. So I will stop this video here. I will go through maximum and minimum values in the next video, because if I make it more lengthier, I am finding it really difficult to upload the video, and it is taking a lot of time. So I will continue a part of, that is maximum and minimum values of the video in the next minimum values of the chapter in the next video, and I will include the quizzes in the last part of this section. So maybe the quiz file says that look at just one video of section 3.1. So if you are really listening to the video, you will understand that you will find the quiz question, that is the last question 3.1.1 in the last video of this chapter. So I will stop this and let us continue with maximum and minimum values of a quadratic function in the next video. Thank you.